Hey, what's going on, Marvel Strike Force fans? Bendable Straws back with another video on Marvel Strike Force. We're going to be looking over the Absolute A-Force. Beniwestside here actually has a full exclusive reveal of Miss Marvel Classic. That's right, the link will be in the description below, so be sure to go and show him some love. More details on that will be coming out later at the time of recording this video and at the time of the release of this video. I'm going to give a little bit of limelight to the Carol Danvers lover himself, Beniwestside. So if you guys are as ready as I am, let's go ahead and boil it down. An absolute A-Force to be reckoned with. Absolute A-Force. The key to a good sequel is to give fans what they loved about the original, crank up the action by 11, and make sure the battles are unforgettable. Check, check, and check with the upcoming Absolute A-Force team. Absolute A-Force is not only an Alliance Wars specialist, they're set to be the next big thing in war. Capable of shutting down any team not employing the services of Odin or Mephisto. That's right. Put Apocalypse and Super Skrull on alert because the hunters are now the hunted. This War Supreme team is composed of a new variant and veteran faces. Joining the fight are newbies Miss Marvel Classic, Kahhori, and Medusa, along with the updated Wasp and Ironheart. While there are no legendary, mythic, or epic characters on the Absolute A-Force, that doesn't stop them from being so strong that they're practically a force of nature. The backstory on Kahhori. When the Tesseract fell through space and crashed into a lake in the pre-colonial North America, its waters were transformed into a gateway to the stars. Kahhori, a Mohawk woman who was traversing the area, fell into a mystical lake and found herself transported to Skyworld, the cosmic home of her long-lost ancestors with the superhuman abilities. Emboldened with newfound powers of strength, flight, and energy manipulation, she embraced her destiny as a protector of her people and the land. Kahhori is a controller for Absolute A-Force who specializes in speeding around the battlefield, flipping effects, and incapacitating enemies who have exposed. Her basic, special, and passive all apply exposed, but her basic is especially powerful. If her target doesn't have positive effects, she'll apply exposed, and if the target already has exposed, she applies blind. This is in addition to hitting the target for drain and piercing. When enemies have exposed, Kahhori's passive sets up enemies for the rest of her team by lowering their revive chance by 100%. Additionally, in war, exposed prevents enemies from filling speed bar for themselves or allies by normal means. Makes it so enemies can't gain stealth or charge, can't barrier anyone, and have their assist chance lowered by 100%. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Kahhori is going to be a hero cosmic mystic controller Absolute A-Force with a speed of 122. The basic is Sky Blast, attack primary target for 200% piercing, 50% drain, and 5% of the target's max health. If the primary target is a minion, attack for 30% of the target's max health instead. That's a little interesting. Flip 2 positive effects into negative effects on primary target. In war, flip all positive effects into negative effects instead. If the primary target has exposed, apply blind. If the primary target has no positive effects, apply exposed. Apply one charge up to a maximum of 3 to all chargeable Absolute A-Force allies with the most health. Prolong the duration of positive effects on this character by 1 up to a maximum of 2. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage, does not flip positive effects, and does not apply any negative effects. And does not apply exposed to Absolute A-Force characters. This attack can be blocked. This is The ISO 8 counter attack assists attack primary target for 135% piercing, 50% drain, and 5% of the target's max health. And it's practically everything else, just the difference in 135% piercing. The special is going to be Step of the Wind with an energy cost of 1 of 4. Clear all barrier from all enemies. Attack all enemies for 250% piercing and 30% drain. This attack deals double damage to enemies that have Safeguard. Flip 5 positive effects into negative effects on all enemies. Apply offense down for 2 turns, heal block for 2 turns, and 2 bleed for 1 turn to all enemies. If an enemy character does not have any positive effects, apply trauma for 2 turns to that character. Apply Expose to all support enemies. Redistribute total health evenly between self and all absolute A-Force allies. In war, this attack cannot be blocked, dodged, or counter-attacked. The ultimate is Ancient Power with an energy cost of 2 out of 4. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 500% piercing. Apply defense down for 2 turns. Heal block for 2 turns and disrupted for 2 turns. And trauma for 2 turns. This attack deals double damage for enemies that have Safeguard. Fill speed bar by 100%. In war, this attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked or counterattacked. She is going to be a monster. The passive is New World Protector. On spawn, after all characters on spawn effects, fill speed bar for self by 200%. Whew. Attack the enemy controller with the highest focus for 350% piercing, and apply Exposed. While this character's health is above 50%, this character cannot gain slow. The focus and damage of this character can only be reduced by offense down. Enemies with Exposed. In war, if this character has 4 or more absolute A-Force allies, they cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. This does not apply to speed bar gained by normal means. I believe this is for enemies with Exposed. The wording was a little weird there. Enemies with Exposed in war cannot gain stealth or charge. This does not prevent the prolonging of duration of effects already on that target. Enemies with Exposed in war cannot barrier themselves or allies. Enemies with Exposed in war have their assist chance lowered by 100% and have their revive chance lowered by 100%. She's gonna be bonkers. I'm definitely gonna be excited to get Kahhori. Medusa. Medusa was born into the royal family of Inhumans, and she discovered her incredible powers after exposure to the Terrigen Mists, which gifted her with prehensile hair which could control the precision and strength. As queen and wife to Black Bolt, she became a fierce and wise leader, using her unique abilities to protect her people and maintain order within Attilan. Attilan? Yeah, Attilan. The Queen of Attilan rules the battlefield as a damage-dealing brawler. All of Medusa's attacks hit for piercing damage, while her special and ultimates deny a dead enemy from being revived on their own. Medusa's passive makes her a particularly fearsome ruler, preventing enemies from spawning in with evade or death proof, and in war causes enemies to deal less damage and can't spawn with defense up or speed up either. She also specifically targets protectors and blasters in war, denying them charge on spawn, and protectors are further supplicated when they can't spawn with Safeguard. Medusa is a hero global bio brawler, absolute A-Force inhuman, with a speed of 120. Basic is Split Ends. Attack primary target for 160% piercing. Repeat this attack once. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage to absolute A-Force characters, and the ISO 8 in counterattack assist is attack primary target for 240% piercing. The special is Bob and Weave with an energy cost of 4/4. Attack primary target for 600% piercing. Gain 60% crit chance for this attack. If Black Bolt is an ally, or if this character has 3 or more absolute A-Force allies, this attack gains 60% crit chance for this attack. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. This attack ignores defense up and cannot be blocked or dodged. The ultimate is conditioned for battle with an energy cost of 3 of 5. Attack primary target and adjacent targets for 400% piercing. Gain 60% crit chance for this attack, plus 20% additional damage per positive and a negative effect on the primary target. Sort of like how Heartless Doctor Strange works. If Black Bolt is an ally, or if this character has 3 or more absolute A-Force allies, this attack gains 60% crit chance for this attack. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. This attack ignores defense up and cannot be blocked or dodged. Very, very, very nice. The passive is Inhuman's Queen. Enemies cannot spawn with evade or death proof. And in war, enemies cannot spawn with defense up or speed up. Protector and Blaster enemies cannot spawn with charged. Protector enemies cannot spawn with safeguard. Lower damage for all enemies by 20%. Oh my gosh. Lower the resistance for all enemies by 80%. Gain 10% speed. Absolute A-Force allies gain 10% speed. This might be a team worth investing in for war, that's for sure. Wasp and Ironheart updates. Both characters receive the Absolute A-Force trait in addition to generous stat upgrades to modernize their attacks, while also receiving key updates to their abilities that make them essential to the team. Ironheart hands out defense up to the Absolute A-Force, and her ability deals bonus damage with her new team. Wasp's attacks sting extra hard, but most importantly, her new charge mechanic combined with her increased damage make her a key to countering Old Man Logan. The Ironheart updates with a base stat increases of 538% health, 272% damage, with the armor of 228%, focus of 233%, and resist of 259 resist. Her basic was prototype repulsors. Now you're going to be gaining an assist from a random Iron Man or Kahhori ally. The special is deploy flares. The new one will be attack primary and adjacent targets for 320% damage. Apply ability block to the primary target, and in war this cannot be dodged. The ultimate, the new one, is Heartbreaker. Attack all enemies for 350% damage. Apply defense down for 2 turns. And in war, if this character has 3 or more absolute A-Force allies, this attack gains an additional 300% damage to all enemies. Gain 100,000% focus for this attack, and it cannot be dodged. The new passive, Prodigy, on spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns to self to all power armor and absolute A-Force allies. Wasp will be receiving base stat increases of health by 508%, damage stat by 314%, armor stat by 211%, focus stat by 327%, and a resist stat of 295%. Her special, Blasters, the new one is bonus attack 3 times instead of 2 for 230% damage. Apply stun to primary target. If this character has 3 or more A-Force allies, reduce the speed bar on primary target by 30%. Whew. Wow. In war, this attack cannot be blocked or dodged. The ultimate is Flight of the Wasp, and the new one is attack all enemies for 380% damage. In war, if this character has 3 or more absolute A-Force allies, this attack deals an additional 400% to all enemies. Oh my gosh. In war, this attack cannot be blocked or dodged. The passive is Shrink. New on spawn, gain charge. When this character is attacked, lose 1 charged. Gain an additional 10% dodge chance per charged. In war, on spawn, gain 3 charged instead. Gain an additional 25% dodge chance per charged instead. Oh my god, you're never going to be able to hit Wasp. Good luck. Now, we will be receiving updates to Photon as well. We have a dev note here. we decided to remove Photon's bonus that she was giving to A-Force allies. Instead, bake those into the bonuses directly into the other A-Force allies' base stats. The new passive is Radiant Light. The only thing that changed about that is that Secret Defender allies will gain 30% damage and 15% max health. Captain Marvel will be receiving 15% health and 30% damage, as well as Nico Minoru, Spider-Woman, and Jessica Jones. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below about this absolutely force to be reckoned with. This is going to be a very, very, very crazy war team. It's a little bit of a shame that you have to use them all together. I would love to see a little bit more theory crafting, but that will definitely be seen by this incredible community. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to catch Beniwestside's A-Force Miss Marvel Classic exclusive reveal. The link will be in the description. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch all of you in the next one.